Hello, everyone. Good morning to the Sherry Lord Talk Show. We have a very special guest, and it's Bonnie Bird, and we're so excited to bring her in. Yay! And by the way, I hope everybody has their coffee this morning, or their latte, or a hot cup of tea. We just love it. We hope you're enjoying this special day, but we love bringing to the people topics and very important discussions. So we're going to be talking to Bonnie, and her topic today is light language and the effects it has for others. And I want to just introduce her a little bit. Bonnie Bird is a certified wellness practitioner. She is also you are also through the Southwest Institute of Healing Arts. You took it through there. Is that
Yeah,
Tempe, Arizona?
yeah,
And you specialize in the following areas: light language therapy, life coaching, Reiki master, teacher, spiritual channeling, hypnotherapy, meditation circles, and group energy healings. She also offers the Akasha records, readings, and oracle readings and regression therapy, psychic mind, body, and soul readings, light language and breath therapy to clear out blockages in the aura, chakra Reiki energy treatments, and Reiki certification classes. You do a lot, angel and spirit communication classes, and so much more. Bonnie, I've known you for a long time, even
yeah.
before I moved to Florida. It has to be about 20 years or so. And the
It
time
really,
goes by. But can you explain, tell a little bit about your path a little bit, and then we'll go right into the topic because people really want to understand what light language is. And this is a good time for them to get more educated on it and how it's helped other people and some of the stories you've had for yourself and for others.
okay. Well, I'll just begin with how it began for me. I had taken a couple of your classes, and it was the first time that you were channeling a Roth. Am I saying it right?
Yes. Namara? Yep.
You were at Choices Unlimited, and
Yep.
it was the first time you were channeling him, and he looked at me and he said, "You're supposed to be doing light language. I don't know what's stopping you, but you're supposed to be doing that." And so I was like, wow. And so then we had done a huge release that day of lifetimes of things that it might stop your gifts. And so we done all that. And then I started researching what is it, because I didn't even know what it was when he said I was supposed to do it. And
Yeah, the guy, Eroth. Eroth is, yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead. It's exciting that you're getting it. I mean, you are very spiritual and very connected yourself too.
yeah. So I started looking at other people who did it and other people that I connected with, like Nicola Russell and people like
Yeah.
that, who was really amazing at it. And then I would practice just toning, because you're supposed, how light language comes through is that you allow, you raise your vibration by toning, and then you relax and you let your voice and your mouth do what spirit, you just hand it over, just like you do with the hand when you're doing light language with your hands. You just let,
Surrender.
let it happen, you just let it happen.
Yeah.
And so you have to practice being, it's almost like a meditation practice, and being relaxed. It's just like channeling to
Okay.
allow. And so I had a meditation circle, and I would be driving to Choices, and I would practice while I was driving. And then one day, it was like an indigenous
Oh,
light language that came through, and it was like it just came through, and I was like, "Wow, what was that?"
wow.
And so, and then I thought, "Well, that was cool. I wonder if that'll ever happen again." And then I was in doing the meditations, and my students, the ones that had been doing meditations for a long time, they said, "Do you hear that indigenous language in the background?" And
Oh,
I
wow.
said, "Yeah." I told him what happened to me, and I said I allowed it to come through me once. And so I asked them, did they mind if I practiced it in our circle? And they
Okay.
said, no, we don't. We love it. And so then I started practicing allowing it to come through during our meditations, and
Wow.
and so then I got stronger and stronger, and then uh, I had a session with Nicola Russell, and there was something that was holding it back a little bit.
Okay.
I had a key in there that I needed to release myself, and so
Okay.
when
That's
that,
interesting. Awesome.
and so when that came through, that's when it came in to where I don't have to struggle. I just speak it.
Easy. Sounds like
Yeah,
it's
it
easy.
comes with ease. And
Yeah.
then I found out that from my guides, because my main guide is Jesus, Yahshua, and he told me that my language comes from the scenes, and it's like their voice all in one.
Okay.
And then sometimes it'll depend on if I'm speaking, like if I'm saying Archangel Michael, sometimes it'll come through in a different way, in a different tone.
Okay.
And then if I'm channeling a language that I like, they will translate for me. The scenes will translate it so that I can um, do many different light languages. So I
I feel like you
don't
can
get
do
in
both.
trouble.
I feel like you can be really multiple in
Mhm.
that. Knowing who they are. I think the way they come to you, you're saying you'll know who's who, kind
Yeah,
of.
I do. They tell me who they are. And they just say when it's the scenes, they say your family because they're my family.
Yeah.
Um, and so, um, and so that's how mine began. And it's that simple. Once you decide, you get it in your consciousness, you study what is it, you ask spirit to help you find it, and then you just practice and allow it to come in. And I think everybody can do it because it's your soul language, you know.
Yeah, I think it's good to explain it because, a lot of people are like, what is light language? Is it an energy modality? They don't know. Some people are aware, and some people are not aware of it. But many people have that in their past. That's what they're to do, and
Mhm.
they want to know, why does it come differently to me than it does other people? And it is different a little bit, similar. A little,
It's different. I mean, sometimes you'll hear people that sound similar, but it is unique to the person because it's their past, it's who they were before, it's the people they worked with along their way, and so it just develops in that way. And so, like mine, sometimes I'll hear someone. It's not often, but sometimes I hear people that sound similar to me. But it's a lot of it. It's not always language. It's just sounds and vibrations, and
exactly.
it's,
Yep.
it's keys and codes that opens up for help
Exactly.
open up your gifts and
Exactly.
whatever. Yeah, it helps shift out things that's in your body that you don't need, and it's remembrance. It's recognizing your body just remembers what that is. You don't even have to understand it, but the
No.
way that I understand it is there's no way to speak it word for word because that's not what it is. It's not a language like what we speak. It's a language of the heart. And so when I'm speaking, sometimes I'll get phrases because my
Mhm.
heart tells me. I'll be talking, and then all of a sudden I'll go, open your heart to the light. And then I'll start talking some more, and then another phrase will come in, but it's coming through my heart. And so, and then also another thing that people try to make it really difficult, because I had a few students who just want to make charts and say this means this and this
Oh
means that.
yeah, it's beyond
It
that.
doesn't work that way. And I
Yeah.
said, all you have to do is ask your spirit guide. Say I want to do I want to bring in light language to help ground. Just ask your spirit guide that, and then take a deep breath, and then whatever comes out, that's what it is. Because they do exactly what you ask for. They
And
are really
you're a wonderful teacher. You're a wonderful spiritual teacher and channel. And I think this is good to educate people who, there might be people watching us that's already aware of all of this stuff. And there's people who's never even heard of it before.
mhm, mhm.
So, for people who's never heard of it, at least they can get a better understanding of it. Because to me, anything fear-based is because you don't understand it,
Yeah,
or there's a fear you
absolutely.
need to look at. But it's a form of channeling, but it's different type of channeling.
Mhm, mhm.
And what I love what you said is you can translate it in English too. I mean, you'll get words. That's what I call
Yeah,
English. You can probably get it in Spanish. You can probably get in whatever you are, wherever you are. But
exactly.
it is sound. It is sound. It is geometry. It's a lot of stuff entangled in all of that. But it's so beautiful, and it's such a high vibration of knowing at the soul level. It's such a
Mhm.
knowing.
Yeah, and you have to use all your senses, and also if you allow your hands to move, um, that the energy runs through your hands too, and there's keys and codes that comes out through your eyes, through your. It's similar to Reiki. It's like wherever energy can come out, that's where it's coming out. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Do
so when
you do you do this? Do you do this as a reading or as an energy session or as a teachings of a class that you do?
I do all of the above.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can you give us some stories about, how it's helped you in your life, how it's changed you, and how it's helped others? People love to know the effects on some of it.
Well, I use it. I use it in a lot of the things that I do because I do quantum healing, ignite quantum healing,
Mhm.
and I use it within regression and hypnotherapy. And we'll go into a past life. And we'll go to the seed of where it happens. Whatever they're repeating over and over, we go to the original seed, to the original energy,
Okay.
and we speak light language over it. We heal it, and then um, you're able to do soul retrieval, and then your life, when you come back, you're at a higher timeline. After you've done that, you've shifted, and it will um, any lifetime that energy touched, it will heal. So that's one thing I use it for in my Akashic reads. And then I also do it when I teach Reiki, because when I'm done, I do a final Reiki blessing for whatever keys and codes that they're ready for. They don't even have to be ready. When they start shifting and clearing out, the body will open up because it'll take the keys and codes. It's just they have to do the shadow work in order for it to open everything up. So I use it in that, and I do healings and adjustments. um, I'll have a friend who will call me up and they'll be so under the weather they don't know what to do with themselves. So I'll just ask Spirit to give them something to clear, and give them wisdom to help them to see what's going on so that they can move forward. And I'll just do light language for them, and then they're fine. I mean, just about you use it on a daily basis once you start doing it, because it helps so much, you know.
How has it helped you on your path? When you started to doing this, you had to go through a shift.
Hmm.
And it felt like it resonated. It's definitely your path and another way of harnessing the energy and helping others. But how has it transformed your life, Bonnie?
I think it helped me to understand, remember who I was inside. It helped me to heal a lot of trauma and things that happened to me when I was young.
Yeah.
Um, because first, when you get light language, it's all about self healing. It's all about you releasing. That's how you learn how to use it, because you use it to help yourself, to remove blockages, asking spirit for help, and whatever it is you're doing and working on. And you see how it helps you, and then you start helping others with it. It's it's just like goes hand in hand. You're like, oh, I can do this for myself. I can do this for others. And then you start doing it for others. But I mean, that was just the way I came about it. But I mean, it really helped me with my confidence. It helped me with speaking, being able to speak clearly in front of people and not be afraid. It just really opened my world up. Really
Wow.
did.
Wow. So when you are, for an example, say you're doing a reading, is it like different languages or toning, or are you speaking English to the people so they can understand, or you do both to give a
I,
message so they
I,
understand what's happening?
when I do a reading, I do both. I will, I'll,
I think that's a nice
I'll
balance. Yeah.
do the right language, and then they'll give me a phrase of what it means. And then, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I think that's really, really, really good. And it's really good. And some of the tools you gave earlier is amazing for people to do it themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what have you seen with clients? It be a class, or what are some of the transformations that you've heard that it's helped others with?
I've seen people completely change from fear based to being confident and open, and
Yes.
um, just on fire on their path, and just joy and loving life, and just put like night and day. It changes people like night and day. It's just, I've just never seen anything like that. That it just really blesses their lives.
Wow. And what else do you like to share about the light language that everyone that are listening right now and they want to know more about it? What would you say to them? You gave us a lot of tools, and people who are listening are getting those tools. Is there
Well,
anything else you can
I just
do?
want people to know that they all can do it, and there's many different ways to do it. There's singing,
Oh, really?
there's dancing, and there's the hands. You don't even have to speak. You just allow your hands to do it. Or there's and then there's speaking. But all of these different ways are light language. And when you channel, it's always the language of light. So like when you channel someone, it's light language. When you do mediumship, it's light language. It's always the language of the light. It's just different ways that your gifts is like a thumbprint. So your gifts come in many different ways. And so yours just may be different than mine is, or it might be a different dialect or a different sound than mine is because of your lineage. But it's anybody can do it though if they choose.
Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool. I think that's fascinating. What else would you like to share with our audience about light language too, or anything else that you do that you'd like to share? You're sharing effects it has on others, and I think that's huge. It shifts them, and it's really cool for it to come many ways. I channel one way, other people channel differently, and it's because it's our, like you said, it's our soul's path, it's our uniqueness, it's our own print, our own unique print. And I think this is huge. But what I really felt when you were speaking, that you give balance. You give both the sound, what you hear, the high frequency and the energies, and um, geometry, whatever comes with it, as well as explaining it. And I think that is huge. I think that is so huge.
Yeah. Well, because you move energy with the breath through the body, and when you're speaking light language, you're shifting it through your body, and it's not even just that, because even if someone's sitting in front of you and they're doing it, it's the vibration in the room. It's this it affects your body because it remembers the language of the light because that's where it comes from.
Hmm.
And so it's a really huge tool for shadow work because it starts helping you clear it out and release it and show your body how to work correctly. It actually brings you back to your original blueprint so your body remembers how to do it for himself. You don't,
Yep.
you don't have to have light language forever. Once somebody starts to shift, you can do it yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so empowering, very, very empowering. Did you go through any symptoms when you were going through the change? I mean, were you kind of went like through phases or anything when you started to do the light language when it was new for
I
you?
I kept having this weird, like, it felt like somebody was putting a straw on my vocal cords and going, blowing wind in it. And I was like, what is that? I had no idea. And then it would get like congested. I would talk,
Mhm.
like it sounded like I had a cold all the time until it totally adjusted to where some people gets the energy so strong that it gives them headaches and stuff. But I was already doing meditation classes and holding
Oh
space
yeah,
for people. So for me, it just comes right through. It
yeah. It was
doesn't,
easier for you. Yeah,
yeah.
because you were already a channel or an open conduit, So it's just that I feel like there was layers, and I
Mhm.
just felt like for each person it's different, and vocal cords get adjusted, and whatever needs to clear in the throat chakra too, in whatever area. It sounds like you're really very committed on your path. I feel that you're doing a lot with the light language. And can you give us an update with what you're doing and where you are today in life?
Well, right now I'm still out at Choices Unlimited, and I do once a month Akashic Reads. I also do once a month Reiki classes, the certification classes. I'm working on some new classes for light language and things like that. I don't have them finished yet, but I will be offering that. And I also do Zoom and sessions through
Hmm.
Zoom at home. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. And besides working on my new classes, and also I have a YouTube. Ignite Quantum Healing, Bonnie Bird, and it
Mhm.
has all kinds of meditations with filled with light language to help you move. That's for free to move and shift. And so yeah, and I have programs um, for the right now I'm working on one for the organs to help clear each organ, but I already have one finished for the chakras, and so you can work through your chakras and clear them. And so yeah, it'll help you a lot on your path when you're doing your shadow work.
Yeah, we want to say hello to Beth Perry. She's watching us right now, and she is from Michigan, and we just love her. And
I
she's,
got
yeah, I just want to say hi to Beth and all the other people who are watching too. We just thank you and come chat with us. We want you to chat with us. Bonnie, I have a few people that have a couple of questions. And
sure.
actually, one is from Beth from Waterford, Michigan. And her question is, what and where does light language come from? How do you learn to channel and decipher it? You may have already answered some of it, but is there anything else you can tell her about it?
Well, I mean, everybody's light language comes from their lineage, and it's their soul language. And all you have to do is let spirit know that you are interested and start looking into what it is, start watching it and listening to other people who do it because it wakes up your memory of it. And then I would say start by channeling and meditation and doing toning, and just because when you're toning, you're allowing your body to relax, and then when the energy does come through, you'll already be in that relaxed state, and it'll just come on through. And so that's what I would suggest that you begin with.
Oh, great. So when you go, you have a nice page on your YouTube, and you also have a Facebook page too. But if they go to your YouTube, you actually guide them through some of
Oh yeah.
the techniques. Is that what they're getting information and guidance through it?
Well, they're actually getting guided meditations to,
Okay.
yeah, guide you through release and
They can
the
experience
light
it.
language and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Well, that's really good because then they can experience it for themselves. And I think that's really important to do. And we have Sierra
Yeah.
Cooper Walligora from Rotunda, Florida. Her question is, how can we energetically shift negative signals into positive? Negative
That's a
energy.
good one because
Yeah.
yeah, because it has to do with what you're focusing on, what your thoughts are, and what you're feeling inside. And so, if you're feeling sad or you're feeling low in energy, think about what is it that you're focusing on. And if you figure out what it is that's making you sad or whatever's bringing you down, then you want to change your focus and maybe go for a walk, go outside, um, do some exercising, whatever it is that'll bring your vibration up, and then focus on something that's creative and fun to do or what you like to do. And before you know it, you're going to be and then do some grounding work, and before you know it, you're going to be feeling good as new.
I think those are wonderful information. We have Patricia Julie Berkey, I think her last name. Love and appreciation to you all. We appreciate you, Patricia, for chatting with us. If you have a question, please chat it and we'll answer it while we're live right now. So please come on and join us in the chat. It would be great. We have a personal question, and Lisa's from Idaho, and she's kind of stuck, but wanting reassurance and confidence. The question I got is kind of like three different questions, but I think you'll make it out. And the question is running a place on my own, making money with my creativity or cleaning, excited about new place, nice, what I really needed. Will I be successful in my own venture and do well on my own? She wants to know if she moves forward on her own and did cleaning or her creative side, will she be successful?
I feel like if she focuses on herself and
Yep.
her happiness, and she starts doing things that make her happy, that she'll be in the flow, and things will come her way, and she'll definitely be successful. She just has to focus on only doing things that make her happy. If it's something that's happening that isn't um, making her happy, then she needs to look at it, discuss, maybe see if there's some way she could change it to where she is happy, And
Mhm.
if she can do that, she's definitely going to be successful.
Yeah, I feel she just has to have the courage to move forward in it. And that's absolutely true.
Mhm.
So what the other thing, is there anything else you'd like to share about the light language or anything new coming up with your classes? Is there anything you'd like to share about that?
Um, just that they're all being offered monthly at Choices Unlimited, and any sessions, if you want a light language session, all you have to do is contact me through my email on my Facebook page, and I just we pretty much said
No,
everything.
I think that's really good. But a lot of people are watching, they don't know where Richland is. And we know that it's in Michigan. So we just want to let them know that Richland, Michigan, correct?
Yeah,
Your Choices
Richmond, Michigan,
Unlimited store there.
uh-huh.
Yep. And you've been going there for many, 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 many years.
At least 10 or 15 years or
Oh
more.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I do everything on Zoom too. So if anybody wants a session, they want to experience light language personally, you just have to send me an email through my Facebook page and we can get that set up.
I think this is going to be an awesome request that I have from you. And I feel that since we're talking about light language, and there's people who are watching us who's familiar, but there's people who's not experienced. Can you do a really brief blessing to all who are watching in light language for us?
Sure.
I thought that would be really awesome.
I'm gonna ask Spirit to send for anyone who wants to speak in this moment, to send keys and codes that would help them begin to open up their gifts. Okay.
That's
I'm gonna
beautiful.
I'm gonna connect now. Jesus is here. Ora che shata imukutu miatra tevi miata tutu shatare pikete miata or pikete pishito oto onu miata ike miata amiata otu tutoria tata shite emiatra ata apukuria ikapiatra ite miata tuturu miata dere miata tuturu miata ot miatra ikaniatra or pikete eshite apaka oto o miatra ite emiatra otutu miatra ite miata. Take a deep breath. Breathe it all the way down to the ends of your toes. Yeshua says, we are the light, we are the way. Open thy heart to bring in thy love, which will bring in thy gifts, and we shall speak the language of love together. And so it is.
Thank you for sharing. It gives people a sample of it. And I think this was a wonderful blessing to give to people, Bonnie. Thank you. Just remember, you want to get a hold of Bonnie. She gave information. And if you kind of missed it, you can go to our website at www.sherrylord.com/podcast. And you can get Bonnie's information and upcoming guests that we have coming on. And just enjoy watching it. We will be on YouTube. We will have our own Facebook page coming up, and we will be on Spotify. So just keep watching and sharing and come join and chat with us. We just want to say thank you. And thank you, Bonnie, for joining us and your expertise in your field and all you do to help with the earth, the world, and shifting the consciousness. Thank you.
Thank you.